Hello, it's Lulu, and welcome to the House of Oshun. Woo, child. Um, Welcome to the House of Oshun. We made it to 2023. You should be thankful and grateful. It's a collective new year, of course, right? So we are grateful that we all made it, right? And we keep those who transitioned in our prayers, and we just know that they are not suffering anymore, right? We know that they are free. All right then, because a lot of people didn't make it to 2023. And I know we talk about this the first day every year, okay? All right, so let's get into it, because I recorded an 8-minute video and it got real, it started looking different. All right, so let's get into it. What do you have for these beautiful people? Any information that you need is in the description box, okay? NT information that has to do with the House of Oshun is in the description box. Thank you. All right. Now then, thank you for your likes, shares, subscribes, and comments. Thank you, darling. Thank you for your love and support. Port. Okay, I still got it. All right. So let's get into it. What do you have for these beautiful people? And remember, anything that comes up in a pep talk can be used for you or anyone around you, close proximity to you. You see? What do you have for these beautiful people? The Master. Some of you are becoming more in tune with what you are here for. Yep. Rebirth and moment to moment. Let's get into it. We're going to leave these two right here. So some of you are more in tune with why you are here, which gives you staying power. So here's the thing. When it comes to your vision, right? What it is that you want to do, how you envision your future or what have you, whatever vision, your personal vision, your business vision, your family vision, whatever vision I'm talking to you about today. All right. It's very important that you release anger, bitterness, any of those things that will keep you pulled to the past. Clear and cut cords as you go. As things begin to come to the forefront of your awareness, it is so important that you leaning forward. I got comfortable to talk to y'all. It is very important on this side of your journey that you clear out. Okay, clear the clutter, right? That's what y'all learned in the 90-day journey to mindfulness. But that's part of life, right? As you go about life. Because what you don't want to do is be weighed down, bogged down by things from the past or things that no longer serve you and your mission. You see, holding on to too many of the wrong people, situations, or whatever it is. It can be things. It can be anything. It can be some energetic stuff that you may not even know about it. You may see something that helps you to clear it out. You don't know why you did what you did and followed the instructions. These got to be divine instructions. That's what I'm saying. Okay, unless you are under the tutelage of someone who, like a shaman or a Reiki master, whatever it is that is in alignment with your assignment at this time. Right? All right, let's get into it. So this rebirth here, I'm seeing like this came up in I think this came up in one of the indie reads one time, and the way that I saw it, right, is that you are in a space where there's a calm, right? Taming the beast, right? There's a calm. You feel calm. You are in a space where you are realizing, I feel as though your flesh may have been in a space like it's like a carnal energy, just what it is that used to drive you, what it is that was part of your last life cycle, your last part of your process, may be pulling at you, but you don't want anything of it. So you figured out a way to charm that snake, right? Oh, it's over here. Charm that snake, metaphorically speaking. Maybe for some of y'all, literally. Because I know it's some magical motherfuckers over here. So now you are realizing how to calm yourself, calm your energy, calm the way that you do things, calm and prioritize the way that you do things to keep you in alignment. Because when you go with the cosmic flow of things aren't as hard as you would make it out to be, right? The ego makes it like, oh, that's gonna be hard, and try to talk you out of shit. So there may be people, or like with this rebirth that you are going through, there may be people trying to invade your space. There may be people trying to start arguments, conflict. Baby, keep your motherfucking flute. Matter of fact, is that a harmonica? It's a flute. Okay, and they are on top of a camel's back, which means that you have everything that you need to survive, right? The coldest of winters, the hottest of summers, you have everything in you to survive. Camels have fat and water in their ass, I mean they back. But you have everything that you need to survive, right? So that may be why in this season, in this rebirth part of your process here, you're more in this moment to moment energy. You're more into this one day at a time, one step at a time, one thing at a time, right? Because now you realize, or you have figured out how things work, right? So many of you are so in tune, like y'all are so in tune with what y'all got going on. That's why you're moving the way that you're moving. That's why you are not dragging your feet, right? And you don't have to explain anything to anybody. Maybe people that want you to explain stuff to them or something like that. You don't have to explain anything to anybody. You could say just 3 or 4 words, and that's just going to be it if you have to respond. But overall, I wouldn't go into detail with huge explanations the first 6 months of this year. Ripeness and guilt, right? So like again, don't allow yourself to go back. Be mindful of the negative talk, that the self-talk thing. Be mindful of how much attention you give to things that are grabbing at your brain, your crown chakra. I know last year there was a lot of crown chakra interference for a lot of people. I do understand that. Look, let me tell you something. Everything that you go through, you grow through, and you figure out and you realize how something can be detrimental to you. You figure out how to connect even more so with your star player, your guides, your ancestors, whatever it is that needs to pull you out of this energy. It's really the 8 of Swords. It's like limiting, right? So remember, anytime that you are attacked, anytime something comes up against you, you don't become fearful. You become more in tune so that you can figure out what it is that you need to do. And this is where your superpowers come in. So anytime someone comes up against you, the way that you do what you do is go within and figure out what it is that you need to do to what do you call it, counter that. And so that's what you're doing here. And now you are ripe, right? You're ripe and ready, right? Told you. Politics and the mind. Now remember that everything, not everything, but you can look at most things as political. Think about it. Many things have become very political on a whole other level. But back in the day, we used to call politicking just shooting the shit and, chopping it up and, we just politicking, talking about some kind of what's going on and how we feel about it or what have you. That's not what this is. You see that mind control? This is you getting in control of what it is that you are going to do and keeping it to yourself. But the thing about it is that you're going to have so much energy coming through and so much information coming through that you're going to have to be very, very careful. For those of you who are senior senior intuitives, right? Because I have emerging intuitives here, entrepreneurial intuitives here, and senior intuitives here. For those of you who are senior intuitives, okay, it is very important that when in your teachings that you are teaching people about how to control their mind as well as how to evade this energy. And I know that many of you have gotten a lot of information about how to help them with that. And let me tell you something. You want to be mindful of where you are sharing that information, who you are sharing that information with. Okay? Because what I'm seeing here is that whoever this is, it's like there's something here. The politic card in this deck is kind of like people not showing you who they are, not being who they are, right? But they're doing it in a way to trick you. So you want to be mindful of the conversations that you are having with yourself as well as with others, all right? But overall, this has to do with people seeing your light and wanting in. So you need to be very careful and very mindful. I know that everyone cannot live in isolation or do things in a certain way, right? Not at this space, but I'm pretty sure that they are helping you to figure out how you need to go more into that or how you'll be able to move into that space in order for you to be more in your purpose. But at this time, be mindful of who it is you politicking with, because sometimes people can see more of what it is that, because see, this is what I keep looking at, y'all. This motherfucker got 5 chimneys in his head smoking, bitch, like that incense, okay? 5 chimneys in his head. I believe it's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 6 of them. 6 is a good number. Ain't it? All right. So you may even have the different chambers of your brain that are activated and doing things all at one time. Well, not necessarily all at one time. I know that sometimes people say we only use this percentage of our brain. We use different percentages of different parts of our brain at different times. If you use the entire, like, don't get into that. I'm not okay. Now that I'm not a neurologist, ain't that what it is? Whatever. Whoever do the brain. Okay, but you want to be very mindful of the conversations that you are having, the things that you are watching, the things that you are allowing into your subconscious. Be mindful of when you're in tune with your vision, you're going to be watching, listening to, feeling, touching, reading, whatever it is. It's going to be in alignment with your assignment. Okay, and so you may even realize that there are certain things that are showing up. And I know we talked about this before, but there may be certain things, certain people, certain situations that just happen out of nowhere that's kind of deceitful, because this is a very deceitful card. This could even be, some of y'all may even have children that know how to gaslight you. So you want to be mindful of that as well. Celebration and schizophrenia. There's some party, some event, or something like that that you may be going to that may have you feeling like you are double-minded. You may be pulled back into your old pattern of behavior, or pulled back. See, here's the thing about when you move into this space. Okay, you're mastering something, right? This is the master overall. It could be an ascended master or what have you, but this is Osho, right? But excuse me, but this is a reconciliation, something coming back together, or what have you. But with the schizophrenia card, you want to be very mindful that when you are around certain people, that I'm telling you, it's something about conversations. It's something about pulling you back into an energy that you're no longer there. And see, there's the thing when it comes to stepping more into your purpose. People who you'll know from conversation how people feel about the change. This is the change, because you're talking different, you look different, you're not having the same type of conversations, right? And you're being pulled between your clearing out your root and moving more into your heart. It's back and forth, because a lot of what was in your root is a lot that needs to be cleared out with certain people. It could be your family. So what happens is people may begin to trigger you or begin to talk to you in a way that you may respond in your old way of responding. Now, when people gonna tell you, oh, you changed, oh, you not who, oh, I know who you really are. I know, you know who I was, what I grew out of. Okay, you know where I've been. You don't know where I am. We ain't had them kind of conversations, because anytime I talk to you, it's like this, right? So that's the type of energy, right? Here it is again, friendliness and exhaustion, right? So you have reuniting with the angelic self here. The Two of Cups has a lot to do with just being tired, possibly, and you're just playing it nice, right? But that has to do with if you've been too nice and not telling people no, and running from having to just stand in your authority. What happens is your divine masculine within is weaker than a motherfucker. Okay? You don't feel protected because you done gave out so much of, you've been in your feminine so long. So now you're tired. You don't know what to do. Right now you feel like people are taking advantage of you, or people are taking advantage of your friendliness and all of that. So it's very important that you stand on your 10. It's very important that you take breaks as necessary, but it's also very important that you stay with your ammunition. Now these are beautiful together, creativity and playfulness. So there's a lot of passion, a lot of desire, a lot of things blooming within you in order for them to come out. Some of you may even be in a space where you are realizing certain things that need to happen and will be happening when it's supposed to happen. You see what I mean? With this playfulness here, this is you feeling light and free. Some of you have released a lot of things from your you probably released a lot of things from your body, but it had to start with your house, the people around you and things like that. And you went and did some kind of spiritual break and was like, yeah, this is going to be it, right? And now you feel more light. Laughter is going to be very important, okay? Some of you need to start back painting, okay? Like these beautiful people, I got to get the names. Well, one person don't want their name up there, but this person is on the Instagram who did this one out of the kindness of their heart, and I appreciate it. So I think I put the name in the description box. I can't remember. But just be free, especially when for the ladies, right? You want to wear dresses and nice dainty things around the house, right? I always have you something dainty to jump into when you get to the house, something very feminine if that's your jam, okay? Also, some of you are going to be radiating nothing but creative energy, right? Which means that the conversations that you will begin to have eventually will be that of the creative nature, right? Like different views, different ways of looking at things, different types of people, eccentric people. I like it. Different types of people because I feel as though once you start realizing the type of people that are politicking with you, and you realize the difference between the types of people that you deal with, you go into a whole other stratosphere with what it is that you are manifesting into your life. Now with this, let's clarify whatever, but we're going to start with these two up here because these came out together because I just moved the cards around. So these two together would tell me that maybe some of you are really thinking all types of ways about how it's going to be when you go to someone's event, some party, baby shower or something. Someone may even be contemplating, if you're contemplating suicide, please call somebody, seek help, please. All right, you do not have to go through that by yourself. Please get help. All right, somebody may be ready to speak their mind, and we don't know how it's gonna go. Now if it's y'all know I'm behind y'all 100%. Like shit, bitch, go and get it off your chest with them if you have to. You know, after you do it one time, you shouldn't have to do it again, because motherfucking know where they got you fucked up at. They just gonna keep on, so you just stay away from them. Basically, that's what I do. But with this, yeah, you're going to see something at a party. Clear as fucking day. What? Look at his mouth. What? It's a little foggy in here. Which other two came out together that weren't together at first? Oh, some of you may be in a space where you are feeling as though those two came out together. I was going to say some of you may just be tired of your relationship shit. And sometimes, you know, with couples, you have to take time away from each other. That's what people don't understand. If you got to be up under somebody 24/7, 7 days a week, that's codependency, right? That not in the sense, because I do get that you do have couples that are like that, but it's not that they don't have separate lives, right? After they do what they do, then, you know, they get together. But you have people like, where you at? What you doing? Where you at? Whatever. Give them time to miss you sometimes. Okay. All right. Let me see, honey. Clarify this. Whatever. Oh, the Eight of Swords and the politics are next to each other. So like I said, there may be some mind games. Maybe you have a lot of things going on all at one time. They say you know exactly what I'm talking about. Something that you need to not talk about. There may be some things that you are researching and looking into that you may not need to talk about. Some of you are the way. Deal with it. Step, bitch. Some of y'all are the way. And being the way is not an easy job nor task. Maybe that's why your ass looking like this. Like, no, come. What is this Eight of Swords and this whatever? Ace of Cups. Something may be offered to you and it may be driving you out your, like, how am I going to deal with this? What do I need to do? Oh, look at this. But also, because look how this little man in this cup is reaching for that person's head. So this is creativity coming through, but there may be some type of you may have a lot on your mind. There may be a lot going on and you don't know what to do with this influx of creativity that's coming through. This may be an influx of self-love, but overall I feel like this is something that is coming to you to help you. This is part of your design. This is something coming to you. Clarify this Ace of Cups. The Six of Pentacles. This is something that's coming to balance things out. I feel as though, and like seeing this Six of Pentacles, because see, she's welcoming this. She got her hand out. She's welcoming that Ace of Cups. But also with this other hand, where she's probably given to this person many a times, because I feel like this may have been someone of a false person here, because they got on a purple robe and they begging. Okay? But we do also know that could be something that can be in regards to a saint, but that's not how I'm getting it right here. I'm getting that when you are working on what it is that you need to work on and you're being very focused and direct, whoever this is, you may have helped a number of times, or they may have fed off of you, something like that. What happens is when you get ready to move even more so into what you're supposed to do, they come in and say some things in regards to try to get you off your path. Don't let it happen. Be mindful of the company you keep. And that goes for your thoughts as well. All right. Clarify this rebirth and this moment to moment. The Five of Cups. You're letting things go. And I told you there's some disappointment. Again, this may be the same person. That ain't in a blue robe. Okay, because now with this rebirth, remember I said that there are going to be people or energies that are trying to get you to be stay stuck in a cycle, a loop, stay, they don't want you to resign. Okay, you already sent in your letter of your 2-week resignation. Okay, it probably was 2-year resignation. You sent in your resignation, they're like, oh no. So someone may be scrying, that's like a crystal ball, but overall they're looking for something more, right? I don't even feel like this person is disappointed. They're just trying to figure out why they're not getting their way. They can't get their way. And it feels weird to them to even be in their feelings because they always push their feelings off. See how that water is over away from them? They always push their feelings off. They never have experienced the full blow of a dark cloud because they don't pay attention to that because their life is dark. It's like those people that go into real deep depressions and then start doing magic, and then it's hard to come out that loop. So they dealing with who they dealing with, and it's just like they still look for what it is that they want to feel a cup of satisfaction. It's not a real cup. All right. What do you have for these beautiful people here? What is this? Exhaustion. Keep going. You're going to get some type of information or communication that's telling you that you need to keep going. Or maybe you're just exhausted with the way that someone communicates with you. You're exhausted with the way that people play games. You're exhausted. It's something. Because look at her face. Bitch, I wish you would. Ma'am, please calm down. Okay? And so before you even go to that space, because that's that ammunition, right? Before you even go to this space where you just ready to tell somebody exactly where they got you fucked up. You can't wait to tell them because you're tired. It's like they don't see how you need them and they need you. It's just a miscommunication. Give me one more card and I'm finna go. The Nine of Cups. Stay focused, right? It's important that you stay focused. Some things are being cleared out of your energy so that you can continue to remain focused on what it is that you want and not focused on what it is that you don't want. She has a lot of murky water around her, so it's clearing out. So that she can fill the next cups the way that they're supposed to be, or allow them to be filled, right? Allow your energy, like this is a rejuvenation of sorts, right? To make sure that you remain balanced in your divinity, connected to divinity, yep. Because there's the devil and the empress. So this, let me see how they looking. That's that face again. Someone may have an attachment. I'm finna get off here. Someone may have an attachment from when they were a child. What the fuck? This is... Okay, I'm finna go for real because it's going there. Maybe from birth or that they're strongly connected to their mother. Someone has an attachment that they've had since they were a child. But I feel like whoever this is... Because you see he has somebody in the front of him. I need to get my nails filled. He has someone in front of him that he's holding. But he's barely holding it because it's just a part of what it is that worships him. Okay? Connected to him. A child of him. There's a woman that needs to be freed here. So you want to be mindful of that. I also feel as though if you've been having something tug at your breast and you haven't had a child or you didn't breastfeed, it's time for a mammogram. But you are in a beautiful connection here. But I feel as though there's someone that wants to communicate with you to try to bring some type of temptation out of here. You walked away from them. You received some type of truth in a certain situation. There's maybe someone that drank a lot or likes to party a lot. Some type of socialite. And it's like you got up out of that. You turned your back on that, right? You were too confident. You were too charismatic. But overall, you were too courageous to stand with this person, right? And instead of going back and forth with yourself, you allowed the tower to fall. So it may have been some type of argument, some explosive event that happened to break down this 10 of Wands. And now you realize in this new life cycle what it is that you need to do and how you need to do it. Because with this Prince of Torches, you are inspired here. You got the Prince of Torches and the Eight of Torches. You're receiving some type of divine information, some divine intervention, a lot of forward movement here that's going to keep you out of illusions and allow you to continue to carry on the way that you've been carrying on in order to continue to walk away from what it is that no longer serves you and walk into a collaborative energy that does serve you for your highest good. All right, that's it for this instance. Knock me up out of there. You hear me? All right, I love y'all dearly. And if you made it this far in the video, please go on and drop that 2023, baby. What? Drop an emoji that has something to do with like how you feeling, how you coming for 2023. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Whatever. All right. Let me get out of here because I know y'all gonna be like, Lulu, that shit foggy as hell, baby. It look foggy. But can you hear me? Can you hear me? Am I heard? Can you hear me? Okay.